Well, here is the next job. I've got a shot pad to build, and you can actually see I kind of need to unbuild a shot pad and then build one back. So I believe these people talked to me, I want to say at the beginning of the year, and they were originally wanting to build the shop over here with on that side of the house, but it's gonna take a lot more stem walls. And I think I didn't really pry too much, because I think this was a friend of a friend that somebody recommended to them. They could come in here and do it a little cheaper and get it done a little sooner than I could. But as you can see, this is the state where they stopped him in, because they just didn't feel like something was being done right. Which they're right. There's no footing underneath there. There's not hardly, yeah, the grade's kind of all screwed up and stuff like that. So without, I'm not trying to, get on here and badmouth somebody else's work or anything. But basically, long story short, what I'm going to do is pop these forms up and dig all this out. We're actually going to drop this down to the grade of the driveway right now. So I have to cut like a little over 2 feet, maybe 2.5 at that back corner. But we're just gonna notch this out. I'll probably just dig it out from where they got it built up all the way past the machine. So then that way the driveway can just kind of seamlessly run into the front of the driveway of the shop. And then the concrete guy I dig for will come in here, we'll dig footings, and then he'll do like a 3-foot stem wall around the corner, down the back. And I don't know, we may be able to either come around the corner or stop it right there, because they're talking about maybe putting like a little door for a mower on that side of it. So we're basically just going to drop it down and get it where it needs to be, but then we'll use that stem wall to hold the earth on the back side, and then they can come in there and build their building on top of there. But then it'll all just kind of match this a little bit better. So yeah, for starters, I'm going to get those forms popped off. Some of the dirt we're going to move around the back of the house. The yard just kind of drops off. So let's get these boards popped off and start loading some of this junk up. All right, let's get these form boards. I guess I could walk around and do it by hand, but I just thought it's probably not going to take much to pop them out of here. So we'll just pop them up with this. I don't know, like I said, I didn't get real in detail. I don't know if the guy just didn't really know what he was doing, or if he's just trying to cut them a really good deal, but this was not going to work for what they're wanting. They're wanting to put their trucks and some vehicles. I think they got a mower or a tractor or something like that in here. I'm sure I'll make some people upset if I just move all these boards with the excavator, but I'm lazy. Felt bad for him, because she said the guy just kind of showed up randomly and then brought a bunch of fill dirt in here and had like a little Bobcat skid steer that he just kind of tracked back and forth to pack it down. They're wanting to put some, I think she said her dad had like some machining equipment and stuff like that, because the quote I gave him, we're going to put a 5-inch floor in here, so, and it needs a footing and stuff, but it's going to be a little healthier than what this was. So like I said, I don't try to really badmouth too many people, and I think it was one of those where just somebody they knew a guy that used a guy. So, but they did figure out that something wasn't right when they got to this point. So and I just called. They're actually on their way home. We're going to move 2 or 3 loads, but now that we're talking, I just asked them if they wanted to move all this stuff over there, which I haven't walked around there, but that hill just drops off, if they're wanting to reshape their yard, because I think they've already paid this guy half or better on what he quoted him, and I'm pretty sure they had to pay for the fill material. So my thoughts were is they already had to pay for the stuff instead of me just hauling it out of here. I mean, they still got to pay me to move it, obviously, but if they're wanting to build up the side of their yard and change the grade on that, I figured we already got the stuff. We might as well just move it over there. Okay, well, I'm going to jump out and move all these boards, because I'm driving myself nuts doing that. But I'm actually just going through here and just kind of seeing how much clay that he actually put on here and where it transitions. And it looks like he just followed the grade, because this right here is the base rock that was on the old drive, because this driveway did the big loop and they used to park up here. So I don't even know if he stripped any grass off, because you can tell up here, or maybe you can't from here, but I got the other camera rolling, so you can see where it just transitions back over to dirt. So I'm trying to scrape the clay and the junk off. I'm kind of just piling it here because I'm trying to decide, I may be able to haul that out with all that rocky stuff, and then all this is going to get cut out and has a lot more dirt in it, and that would be better to put on the side of their yard over there than just this straight. And I may even use some of this straight clay first just to fill it in, but I like to kind of separate out my materials, because you can see right there when I scrape that off, then all of a sudden base rock appears again. So that must be about the edge of the drive right there. So yeah, I kind of just need to flip-flop everything really. So, and then there's more, it's still rocky, it's not good topsoil, but it does have a lot more dirt in it up here. So if I can kind of get everything separated, I can do what I need to do with the clay, and then that always goes down like first, or like your sub base, or the furthest down, especially in like a yard. So I can put that in there if they're really wanting to taper their yard out, and if they don't want to taper it out that much, I will haul all this junk off and then just use the stuff with more of the dirt in it. Because I don't really think I'm going to have to build like an actual pad. Once I cut, I have to see, I may have to take some of that base rock up. Once I get down to the bottom before I want my pad to start for this building, I may have to use some of this clay and get the roller over here, or the compactor, and compact it in. But I'm almost thinking with the ground over here, it's going to be rocky enough, and since we're putting a footing in it, our code is you're actually supposed to dig in, beat it down into virgin ground, so the building and everything will set on the footings. I don't want to leave just dirt underneath there, but I may not have to build like a real, rocky clay pad in order for this to work. So we're probably going to be down far enough in the ground that it'll be solid enough to dig the footings and build the building on without having to have any clay. And then everything inside the footings and under the concrete floor will go back base rock. I think I got in there like 6 inches or 6 or 8 inches of just base rock, and I will compact that as well. But I just thought I would try to explain what I was actually trying to do right now. You kind of have to like unconstruct this, and then and I'm trying not to take up too much space by throwing more stuff in their yard or their driveway or anything like that. So that's why I'm just kind of dumping it on the edge of the existing driveway. Maybe a little. But none of it was compacted in. I mean, just running his little skid over it wasn't going to do anything. So, but yeah, I kind of just wanted to see on this. I'm probably going to run and get to 12 now, and I'll just pile it up like I'm doing. I mean, it's not 50 feet, and I got to bucket it over there, so it's not a huge deal. But that'll give them time to get home, because they want to kind of look at it and see, because we didn't talk about if they wanted to use all this material and really slope out their side yard. We just talked about putting a little bit in the low spot, but and I guess I could have not said anything. I just figured if these people already bought this material, they would just gain more from it than me just turning around and hauling it off and taking it to a dump site. Because their yard just does kind of drop off over there. It looks like it'd be a little pain to mow, but Okay, we are back in the 2150. I got all the dirt moved. I moved everything around to the side. I got the 12 here. I really didn't get to film any of it because they were sitting underneath their gazebo in the backyard, and there wasn't really a good spot to put the camera in. I don't know, I'm just always feel weird on some of these. Like, some of these people don't always understand, like, why is he out here filming all this? But now I'm going to start kind of cutting the rest of this out, seeing what the material's like. I'm thinking I'm going to try to keep the front of this shop, maybe, I may even have to bring it down a little bit more, maybe 6 inches higher than this grade out here, which you can't really tell. This thing's going to be like smack up against this house. But I hate to make it much taller because the driveway is already pretty steep as it is, but I may even have to lower it down some just to make it where it's not quite as steep pulling in there. But like I said, I was kind of guesstimated or figured like a 3-foot wall on this side and around this corner, so it may be that it's still gonna work out a little bit. So I'm gonna use the old swing boom. Now I'm going to kind of come in here and start raking some of this out. I may have to pull, just depending on what this ground is like, some of that clay back up in here and roll it in, but I kind of doubt it. So, well, it's not really like a lot of topsoil, I don't think. So. I'm kind of doing my over dig a little bit. I may see if they want to move it a little more like a ways from the house, so there's a little more room going that way, but I'll still just kind of notch it out like that. I'm probably gonna have to set some of this stuff aside just for a little bit of backfill. I think back here in the back, I'm gonna try to clean that off and not rip that guy's fence down, but probably just spread some base rock in there so that they can just spray it, because nobody's going to want to mow a 3 or 4 foot swath back behind this shop, or at least I wouldn't anyway. And the plan is, whatever this stuff we don't need, we may pile up on the clay that we put out. I'll try to get some pictures and stuff, at least where I put it. Just trying to kind of reshape their yard a little bit. But whatever this, it's still rocky dirt, but it's got more topsoil in it. Whatever we don't have to use for backfill around this shop, I was going to throw on top of that clay in the yard. And then I think they said their neighbor actually has some topsoil that he can get them or something that they mentioned to put on there. So they weren't really worried about that. They just kind of wanted to reshape some of that in the back and then utilize some of this stuff that they had. And like I said, if we need to, we can use some of this. It's got a little more dirt in it. It'll actually grow grass and weeds and such. So this is going to be my stopping point for today. It's pretty close. I mean, it's pretty rough or whatever, really, but I wanted to bring the roller back Monday. It's like some of this is a little soft. I want to run that roller over it. I may have to scratch a little more of that down and kind of even some of it up, and some of it may be cut out a little deep. I need to check it with the laser because I got into a lot of nice big rocks over there, so I'd like to kind of get that leveled up. So I'll rake some of that stuff back and roll it in a couple lifts. The front side of the pile is a lot better stuff. May use that for some backfill and then dressing up in the yard. But I think maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 loads of this stuff I'm probably just gonna haul out because there's really nowhere in their yard I can put any more of these 6 and 8 inch rocks and stuff like that. So maybe 1 or 2 loads in Monday, haul that out, and then yeah, I'd have this thing pretty much slicked up and ready to go for the concrete guys. But I actually have to take off Tuesday to the big Equip Expo, so I'm trying to just get it ready. The concrete guy said they'd be at least 2 or 3 weeks, so I just want to get to a good stopping point for these people where it's ready to go for the concrete guy. But yeah, we'll just be back Monday with the roller and see if we can't finish this pad up. Well, we are back this morning. First thing, I'm just gonna load out a load of this stuff because it's not gonna take all of it to get this pad set back up. I need to scoot up, trying not to. I always hate loading stuff over the side with my fancy drop axle wheels. I don't want to drop a rock on them, but I figure I can get one good load out of here, and then I may try to work on getting this pad kind of leveled up. I got a little more to cut down in the center. And I went and picked the roller up this morning, so I got it. A couple of these corners are a little soft, but I think, like I said the other day, I'm trying not to just dump stuff all over these people's yards if I don't have to. So I'm trying to work in a somewhat confined area. So I thought I'd just go ahead and first thing, just get a little bit of this junk out of the way, because I'm not going to need it. And it's a little too rocky to dump on their side yard. I mean, it's got some dirt mixed in with it. I guess I could have brought my skeleton bucket, maybe sifted some of that out, but I think with the better stuff piled up in front of this, I'll have enough to top dress everything in the back. I just figured might as well just get it out of the way now, and less stuff to work around and mess with. And then the dump area I can take this to is just 3 miles down the road. It's pretty nice, so I can zip over there, get back, and then, like I said, we'll just get the laser set up and start trying to fine-tune this thing and roll it in. So should have it all wrapped up here today. Waiting on the concrete guys, but which will be good because tomorrow is Tuesday and I'm going to take off. I'm driving to Louisville, Kentucky. I tried to find some flights, but the problem was I couldn't find a direct flight from where I'm at. So I was going to spend like 6.5, almost 7 hours going to 2 different airports and planes where it's just like right under an 8-hour drive. So I just figured I'm one of those. I'd rather just keep making forward progress instead of going and waiting at a airport for another plane and such. But I'm just going to drive the big 450 out there. Hopefully we'll see a lot of you guys there. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. It's my first show officially working with Takeuchi as the brand ambassador, so I've got to do, they want me to do several videos, I think 8 or 10 total. I'm going to try to make one when I get there, kind of showing off the booth and the demo area, and then I got to do a few videos going over the various machines and stuff like that they brought. Kind of do some walk around. Some of them I've ran, some of them I've not. I believe they're bringing one of their electric E20s. They've always kind of got those at the shows now, trying to push those. Then they're going to have a 335, a 350 with a like a Knox tilt rotator on it. I think one of them is going to have an auger on it. So They're gonna have a TCR 50 there on the, they have like a new equipment display, I believe. It's like in its own little section of the show. So I want to say each manufacturer has like their newest or latest addition to their lineup in that area. So I don't know. You can go and sit in it and look at it. I don't believe they're going to have one outside to actually demo, but they should have a rep on site to go over any of the specs and numbers if anyone's interested in it and answer any kind of questions on it. Like I said, I'm going to try to get on probably my Instagram. I guess I could put a link in this video. I don't know if everyone on YouTube has Instagram, but it's about the easiest to just like put a story or update people. But I'll try to kind of let everyone know what area I'm going to be in. I'm probably going to start off in the indoor booth. And then, like I said, the outdoor demo area, they're going to have like a double-decker trailer where I think they're going to have some, may have some drinks or something. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be saying if I don't know for sure. But I think they'll have some stuff there and some reps and different things. And then like there's going to be like an observation deck on top of that trailer. So if you're wanting to watch up above or demo anything, you can do that. I know I'm going to be out there sometimes. I'll call him back. Kind of helping people go over the controls and demo the machines and check them all out. So I'll try to let everybody know when and where I'll be out there. But yeah, I think the weather is going to be awesome. It looks like it's 60s and 70 degrees the whole time. So no rain. Should be nice, cooler fall weather and lots of equipment to look at. So yeah, if you're able to or around the Louisville area, swing on by and say hi.